Hello and welcome to Greedy MTG, the world's finest Magic the Gathering YouTube channel created by a 5th grader. Today I'll be doing something different. I'll be playing Brawl, and my commander will be Vivi. Vivi is a 1 in blue-red, 0/3 legendary wizard. As activated ability, for 0 mana, you can add X mana of any combination of blue and / or red, where X is its power, and only activate during your turn and once each turn. And whenever you cast on creature spell, put a counter on it, and it deals 1 damage to each opponent. So this card is a storm card, basically. You want to play it and either be able to leave up 1 mana to protect it, or have a lot of mana and be able to immediately go off with it by casting a bunch of 1 mana spells. As you can see here, I have a lot of 1 mana spells and a couple of 0 mana spells. In the Mox Amber, which is amazing, you play Vivi, you play Mox Amber, you put a counter on it, so now it add 1 mana. Because Vivi's a legendary creature, now this taps for mana too. Chrome Mox is another Mox, which is 0 mana. It is less good than Mox Amber, but it is still good. And Mishra's Bauble is fine. It is not the best card ever, but as long as it's a 0 mana spell, it replaces itself and it triggers Vivi. I am extremely happy with it in this deck. Curiosity is one of these 1-drops that is super good in the deck. It triggers Vivi, and then it says whenever Vivi deals damage to an opponent, you draw a card. And it does not say combat damage, which means every time you cast a non-creature spell, you pee an opponent and you draw a card. So basically every time you cast a non-creature spell, if you haven't activated Vivi's ability, right, you add mana, you put a counter on Vivi, you deal damage to an opponent, and you draw a card. The combat damage difference is very big. I still play combat research in the deck, even though it says combat damage, which makes it really a lot worse than Curiosity, but still giving it +1/+1 and Ward 2. It just makes it good enough. Plus, you can sometimes draw cards when you get in with Vivi. There are a lot of protection spells. About the back is the best one, putting a permanent counter on it and facing out for board wipes, and for sacrifice spells that cards like Shore Up, Museum Skim, Magic Damper, Dive Down, you see a guard approach. I think that's it, yeah. Can't do. Plus I have some counter spells. I have the original counter spell, Essence Capture, counter creature, and put counter on Vivi, Mana Drain. I have some plot. Jace Reawaken can plot anything, and it works really well with Vivi. Plot a couple of spells after playing it, and now you play Vivi and you can cast those spells. I have Courtly Steelcar. It just creates some monks and can beat the opponent down, so Foot Boots can equip onto Vivi, giving it hexproof and haste. I have Solar Transformer, Cold Steel Heart, and Arcane Signet for ramp. Demonic Ruckus is a plot card. Highway Robbery is a plot card. Imprisoned in the Moon can permanently get rid of the opponent's commander unless they have Enchantment Destruction. C Double can copy Vivi, and it makes the copy not legendary. Key to Archive is very nice as testing this deck, and I actually got a game where I got a Time Warp with Key to Archive, and I copied the Time Warp with Chandra Hope's Beacon, gained 2 extra turns, and that was enough to kill opponent. Elrond's Epiphany is really nice. Just gaining extra turns is super important in Vivi decks. It's not actually important, but it's a good way to win. I have Ugin and 2 Chandras for some top-end win cons. It's more of a control deck. Treasure Cruise for some really good card draw. Some removal. And some pump spells. And then Strike It Rich is probably the best card in my deck. At 1 mana, because play Vivi, you play Strike It Rich, you get a treasure, you put a counter on Vivi, so basically it generated mana. A Braid's nice when there are a lot of mana rocks. Flame and Nor is nice because Vivi is a wizard. I mean, I could go through his whole deck, but there's not very much point in doing that because it's a 100-card deck. That'll take forever. So I think I'll just start playing right now, and you guys can just see the deck in action. It certainly can be extremely explosive if you have the Moxes especially, but also other stuff. Okay, so opponent's going first. I have some ramp, card draw, some creatures. It's not the best hand ever, but I think I keep. Okay, I drew a Storm Chaser's Talent, which is nice. I get to play that on turn 1. Get Ardor. Right now my best draw is probably just a Mox. They investigate and can play extra land this turn with the Kellen Adventure, and they play Temple of Mystery to scry 1, and they bomb it. Okay, I drew Snow Covered Mountain, which is not bad. Shoot. I did not think there. I should have played Cold Steel Heart before combat. That was a mistake. I lost 1 point of damage, which hopefully won't matter, but if it ends up costing me a game, that is completely on me. Oof. So they can kill my Vivi with that. Okay, I will play a mountain and play Vivi, I guess. No attacks and pass the turn. Attack, kill my Cold Steel Heart. Extremely annoying. Just tap over your lands and pass the turn. That's, correct thing to do, right? Or even better, just play Surveil Land and surveil away like a Time Warp. Okay, they play a Forest. They play a Nissa Ascended Animist. +1 to create a 4/4. Okay, that is extremely annoying. I will have to basically go off with Vivi right now. Or almost right now. Can't do it right now, but soon. Okay, play Proxy Deck Memory, draw a card. I drew a counter spell. I will go to combat, put a counter on the Vivi. Now I have 3 mana, not attacking. And I guess I just play Barrel. If I draw a land, I can play the Ugin. And get rid of their Nissa. That'd be nice. They +1 the Nissa, create 8/5/5. Attack for 3. I assume blow up their own clue to draw a card. Yep. Kellen is so powerful, and they have so many freaking horse run the Nissa. Oof. River's Rebuke A. Tavern Souls off the top was not horrible though. Naming a wizard for sure. Play Vivi and play Profs, I guess. It's basically over though. And play Storm Chaser's Talent. Oh, actually no, I'll go combat. Put counter. And now I can play Jace and plot something. Oh, wait, 1 second. Guess I just play Barrel actually. Just play Chump Blocker. If they attack, I just chump and bounce. And take 3 from the Kellen. This is a extremely bad position though. They let me untap with Vivi, then they're making a mistake. They probably just Nissa kill my Profs deck memory. And now I just have to hope they don't have removal for Vivi. Or it's basically over. Okay, they attack with the Kellen. Don't destroy anything. And this said destroy my Prophesy deck memory from the look of it. Yep. Luckily that wasn't going to be that impactful right now. And they play the Great Henge. It's annoying. If I spark double my Vivi, then it enters with counter, so that's 3, and then that's 5. 5 is not enough to cast Ugin, though. I think I just had to play Ugin. Get rid of their Nissa. I don't like it, but I think I don't really have a choice. Plus to gain some life and draw a card. And I drew a island. I think I've still placed Restless Spire tapped though and passed the turn. Next turn, if they do nothing to interact with my board, I do have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana plus a Vivi. So I could like spark double my Vivi. Play Storm Chaser's Talent, play Jace. Yeah. They all attack my Ugin. Okay, I will barrel, chump, and I think I just do that. Take 7. I don't want to risk losing my Vivi. And as long as Ugin's alive, I'm happy. Okay, they play a Witness Protection on my Vivi. Unfortunate. Wait, they concede? Okay. Sure, I'll take that. I don't know why they concede, but I mean, I guess to win. I felt like they probably just felt like I had so many cards in hand and enough mana that I was able to take over a game, but I don't know, they couldn't even see my hand. I was really far behind too. Okay, I am playing against Y'shtola Knight's Blessed. Oh. I think it's it keeps Slinkin Stupor is blue source. So this is 4 mana 2/4 vigilance at your end step. If a player lost 4 more life this turn, you draw a card, and remember cast on creatures both 3 mod by 3rd rare, deal 2 damage each point and gain 2 life. Okay, they mulliganed once with a free mulligan and kept. I'll just play the Slinkin Stupor land side tapped. Soporific Springs. Next turn, I don't even think I can do anything, but the Brotherhood End might be able to do a lot. Okay, I'll just play Mountain and pass the turn, leaving up maybe a Opt if I want to play that. They play Island and pass, okay. I'll play a Mountain and pass the turn, leave up 3 steps ahead, draw 2 and discard 1. I assume they probably revamp some type of counter spell, but I don't know. They play Caves of Koilos and they pass the turn. I'll just try to draw 2 and discard 1 with this 3 steps ahead. Okay, it resolves like they had nothing, so they actually had nothing. I'll discard Brotherhood End. I'll play a Stormcarved Coast and pass the turn. Leaving a big score, discard the island, draw 2 into Vivi, go off. Opponent just plays a Blood-Stained Mire and passes. I will big score. Discard this island. attempt to draw 2 and create 2 treasures. That works, so I don't know what's in the opponent's hand, but I just need a protection spell now. Play Stalk Up. And there is no protection spell here. There's Solar Transformer for some ramp and Pinnacle Monk to bring something back. I'll play a Thundering Voice to surveil one. I will surveil a island into the graveyard and play a Solar Transformer, cracking a sacrificing treasure, and pass. I don't know what's in my opponent's hand, but it must be pretty bad. Cracking Bloodstained Mire, I assume, for a surveil land. Yes, for a Undersea Sewers, the Demir's surveil land. If I draw a single protection spell, it's basically over. Or if the opponent taps out, but I assume they won't tap out given how they've been playing this game so far. They play a Concealed Courtyard, tapped, and pass the turn. Vivi on mana, as usual. I will just play a Consider, I think. Well, I could play a Pinnacle Monk, actually. Attempt to return an instant or sorcery from my graveyard to my hand, which will probably be this Stalk Up. Are they going to kill my monk? Go combat, no attacks, and pass. Okay, they dismember my Pinnacle Monk. That is fine. They were leaving up some mana too. They play a Witch Enchanter, leaving up some more mana. Okay, they kill my Solar Transformer. I feel like they're leaving up a counterspell, so I don't know. I will keep Key to Archive on top and go to my turn. Drew a Arcane Signet. I'll play this Arcane Signet and play this Key to Archive. I will take a Time Warp. This is actually an extremely hard one. It's Time Warp or Counterspell. And they're both extremely good. It's just like which one is better. I think Time Warp's better, so I'll take it. But it hurts because I need a Counterspell to back up Vivi. I think I'll actually just discard this Combat Research over here and pass the turn. I would like to discard this Unholy Heat, but because I have Delirium, I will save it to kill their Knight's Blessed. They play a Teferi, Time Raveler, Alchemy, sure. Oh, it's 4 mana because the Alchemy version, sure. Are they bouncing my treasure? Okay, they are bouncing my treasure. Oh, add red with it, even though that does nothing. They hit for 2 and pass the turn. I assume, again, leaving up a counterspell. Guess I just play the Vivi. They play a Wash Away. Sure, now I get to resolve my Time Warp. Yes, I'll put in my command zone. Time Warp, take an extra turn. Drew a Mountain, that is a good draw. Play the Vivi. play a Reckless Charge to give it +3/+0. Play a play a Opt. And I will scry an island to a bomb and draw a card which is a mountain. Guess I'll play Storm Chaser's Talent to put counter on Vivi and create a Otter. And I'll play a Lightning Bolt to deal 3 damage to opponent's face. Put another counter on Vivi. Now I'll use the Vivi mana. Sure. Play Stalk Up. Get a Chromox, I guess. Ooh, Auron's Epiphany, but I can't cast it. I think it's actually Chromox. Magic Damper. Play Magic Damper on Vivi. Play Reckless Charge on Vivi for flashback. And that is GG's, I think. Yeah, and the opponent concedes, and that was amazing. I knew correctly that the opponent was weak on the counter spell and wash away, and I played it in a way where I play Vivi, they wash away it, and now I time warp, and the next time I play Vivi and go off with it enough to kill the opponent when they're at, I believe, 25 health. Maybe it's not 25, but really high electoral. Which is a very nice example of what this deck can do. Like, really not look that strong and suddenly go off in one turn. Like, I had some mana, but I believe it's 8 mana. And the opponent had a counter spell for my Vivi, and I still won the game. Okay, I am on play, and I'll keep this hand as 3 lands, all my colors: Curiosity, Protection Spell, Removal Spell, and Demonic Ruckus. Opponent just concedes for no reason. They're playing Crucius, which means they're probably the combo deck with 97 lands. I don't know why they just conceded. They might have had to go. Because you mulligan really heavily in a Crucius deck, if it's that deck. But, whatever. Free win. Okay, kind of frustrated I couldn't play last game because it was an extremely good hand. Playing against Clive, Ifrit's dominant, and our opponent is on play. This is a very nice hand. Board wipe, small pain / land, removal spell, card draw spell, 3 mana. Shove Aside's literally 1 mana to deal 3 damage to a creature or planeswalker because I am on the draw. Opponent plays a mountain and a Cold Steel Heart. Okay, they're getting the ramp on. Go to my turn. Play a mountain. And play a barrel. Or barrel. Now Shrory Disruption costs 1 mana. They play a Cloth. Something. Fire's Resistance. Search for a mountain. Sure. I'll play a island. And I can do 3 damage to it. And then attack it, but that's not enough to kill it. It's annoying. Guess I just stalk up. Put 3, 4, 5. Yeah, not enough. I'll just stalk up for 2 mana. Key to an Archive and Chandra, maybe? Yeah. Get some big hitters. And now I'll just go combat and attack Cloth for 1 damage. Cloth's ultimate is no joke. and pass the turn. Moving up Shove, Aside, Jory, Disruption, and Spike Field Hazard. They play a Mountain and deal 4 damage to my Brawl with the Cloth. Okay, that means I can Shove Aside. They play a Chandra Dress to Kill. That is an extremely nice one for them. +1 to add red and deal damage to me. And play a Count on Luck. Okay? I will just shove aside their Cloth right now. I drew a Monstrous Rage. I'll play Temple of Epiphany and bottom a 3 Steps Head. I'll just pass the turn. Sell top card with Count on Luck. It is a Ruby Medallion. So I guess they play a Mountain, play a Ruby Medallion, activate Chandra to add a mana, and then play a Clive. And then I'll draw a Disruption the Clive. Oh, they play Sunset Strike Master instead. I mean, that is fine with me. And a Rampaging Raptor. Guess I just draw a Disruption that. Get it out of here. Ping me with Chandra. Passed my turn. I drew a Combat Research. Guess I just go off as much as I can with Vivi. Play Vivi, play Monstrous Rage on Vivi. Now I can play Key to Archive or Combat Research. Brotherhood's End. Spike Field. Wait, no. Maybe it feels bad, but I think I just used the mana for Key to Archive. Get a counter spell. Guess I discard the Brotherhood's End. Discard or play this as a land. Count on Luck. Get a Spawn Gain Commander. When you cast it, create 3 0/1 Eldrazi's, and you can pick 2 mana, sacrifice Eldrazi, deal 2 damage to any target. The nice thing right now is the Vivi is 6 powered, or 6 toughness. They just play Clive and discard their hand to draw 8 cards. They have 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana, plus Ruby Medallion, 4 mana. Deal damage to me, add red mana. They play a Nyx Lotus, okay? At least that's all they can do this turn, but things are about to get scary. Guess I play Chandra. Try hit a Miracle. Literally hit nothing. Actually, just nothing. I mean, at least I got. Oh. I got Chandra and Chrome Mox out of the way. Whoops. That sucks. Blue, 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 red, I guess. Combat Research, the Vivi. Play a River Power Verge. Play a UC the Guard Approach. Tap the Clive. I don't like Clive, I'll tap it twice. Sure. Go combat, attack for 7. At their face. Draw a card. Say Ugin. Okay. Count on Luck triggers, they get a Ream Glory. This is not looking great for me. They still have 7 cards in hand. At least I have Counterspell up. They flip it into a 9/9. Fight something, but they can't fight Vivi, at least. The Excel top card, it is a Ancient Copper Dragon. Well, that's scary. Oh. Giving this haste, it looks like. Oh. They have Infinite Wand now because they're Nixlos. So I guess they could give 2 things haste with the 2 mana. Ream Glory's busted. They have Infinite Maw with the Nixlos. Okay, they play Ancient Copper Dragon. Sure, I guess. At this point, they have Infinite Mana anyway. Luckily, I do too. They play Arcane Signet, sure. Tap the Nixlos for 10 mana and have 2 extra. Play a Bone Horde Dracosaur, sure. Keep them going. Flipping Clive too. Feeling good. Yep, flipping Clive. Fighting my Vivi. Won't do anything because it has enough toughness. Oh, they think they can kill it. Okay, they kill my Chandra and kill my, and deal 3 damage to my face. Okay, and they pass. That is not as bad as it could be, but still extremely bad. Play Storm Chaser's Talent. Activate a Storm Chaser's Talent. Bring back my stock up. If I win this game, I don't know what to say. Stock up Desperation. Like, that wasn't bad, but like, is this actually going to be enough? So, Wild Ride. Frostbite. Play it Ugin. But actually, I'll do this, sure. Now play it Ugin. Tapping this way. Exile their Ifrit. Gain 3, draw a card. Drew a Essence Capture. I will Wild Ride my Vivi. And I guess I'll just Frostbite their Bone Horde Dracosaur. Wow, I actually think I have it. We'll attack their face. There's no way. It's trample. No way. No way. They take it and they lose the game. That was so close. I thought I was 100% dead. When they played the Planeswalkers and then they played the Clive and drew 8 cards. Then they had a Nixlos tap for 10 mana. They had a Ruby Medallion. I thought it was over. They had 5 cards in hand. The reason we won the game, though, was because they flipped Clive instead of casting some of these cards, because Clive can fight something, but that's not enough to kill Vivi. And I was able to just barely squeeze that off. And, I mean, that was so close. I had exactly enough mana to do everything I wanted. Well, I mean, sort of. I guess even if I didn't have if I had 1 less mana, I didn't need it, I'd still kill them. But if I had 2 less mana, I wouldn't have been able to win, because I had to play the Wild Ride at least, or the Frostbite. Is that monster from the very early in the game that let me cast Key to Archive, which won me the game. And wow, that was super close. And I will just stop there. I mean, this deck was great. I played some not so great protection spells, like you see a Guard Approach and Dive Down and Museum Skin, but I used almost every single protection spell there is, so I mean, you can't be too picky. Just being able to protect your Vivi on turn 4 so that you could untap with on turn 5 is so big. And it's enough to usually win you a game if you can untap with Vivi in 5 mana. Or sometimes even like 4 or 3 mana. Of course, I'm pretty sure the best protection spell is definitely Slip Out the Back. It pumps Vivi for 2 because non-creature spell and puts counter on it. Plus it plays around 4 sack and board wipes because it makes it phase out. The Chandra Hope's Beacon was great. Orin's Epiphany was great, and Key to Archive were great. Key to Archive and Orin's Epiphany are the 2 extra turn spells, because Key to Archive can get Time Warp if you get lucky. And Chandra, being able to double them is amazing. These high-end Planeswalkers are just for extra win con late game when I run out of things to do, but I feel like especially Chandra, Awakened Inferno, and maybe the Ugin too were not necessary. The card draw was all amazing. The Stock Up was nice, and Prison by the Moon is super good in Commander. Of course, Mana Drain's so stupid, and especially in deck, you counter their big thing. Now you have a bunch of mana, so you could go off with Vivi even harder. So the plot stuff was nice, and having a lot of ramp is also nice, so you can turn 3 Vivi and have mana up. So you could get turn 4 having 5 mana. Like, turn 2, one of these 2 mana ramp spells. Turn 3 Vivi, leave up a protection spell. Turn 4 play land. Now you have 4 lands plus one of these ramp spells, so you have 5 mana and you're untapping with Vivi. And you can pretty easily just win the game. A ton of removal, like Lightning Bolt's the best one, Sunholy Heat, Frostbite, which is why I played Snowlands instead of basics. Shove Aside, Spike Field Hazard. Strike It Rich was amazing. It replaces itself and it generates mana because of Vivi gaining counter, so it creates a treasure and puts counter on Vivi, so it basically adds 2 mana for 1, and the flashback is never bad. Torch Tower for some more removal. And then Wild Ride is very nice. Reckless Charge is super nice, and Monstrous Rage for some pump spells. The Swiftfoot Boots didn't feel great. I don't know about them. The Brawl did not feel great either, just because I have so many one-drops anyway, so cost reduction doesn't do that much. Jace doesn't feel great, but I didn't get very lucky with Jace either, so I don't know. Flame of Nor felt great because Vivi's a wizard. And like I could go over every single card, but that'd take way too long. It is a 100-card deck. So I'll just stop there. And I mean, the deck played amazing. In my opinion, Vivi is the new Nadu in Commander, and I mean, that's not great, but that's how things work, and that'll be it for today. See you next time on Greedy MTG.